Yo, what's up you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 382. And this chapter gave me a little bit of a heavy heart, man. A little bit of a heavy heart because you see Nico Robin basically learning that when you deal with people like this, with corrupt people in power, you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. Because Nico Robin basically set herself up to die because she thought that she'd be saving Luffy and the crew, which speaks a lot about her love for them, right? But what ends up happening is Spandam says, no, I said let them leave Water 7 safely. I never said anything about letting them leave from here safely. They came here. That changes everything. And you got Cuddy Flam, aka Franky, where Franky basically says, like, look, you can't trust guys like this, okay? You know, he's a scumbag, and what ends up happening is Spandam, with his weak ass, okay? Spandam decks Nico Robin in the face, right? Like, he pulls, like, the Ray Rice thing, only, you know, like, he wasn't sticking and moving, though, right? Like, he's just like, bam! Knocked her right in the face. Knocked her in the face, knocked her on the ass. And you know, if Robin didn't have that damn sea prism on him, Robin probably would have went ham on him. It would have gone off on this dude. And you got, you know, you got Franky. Franky's kind of roped up and everything. And they're just taking these hits. And I like how after all of this, Nico Robin says you're a coward. And that's when we get a huge revelation, okay? Not only is he going to take her to Navy headquarters, which basically raises the stakes even further, okay? Because if they do take her to Navy headquarters, that means Luffy and the others are going to have to come up against admirals. And the reason why I say that is it's too much foreshadowing. And we know, based on what happened with Aokiji, that there's no way in hell that they can take on admirals, let alone all three of them. So this is going to be key. Can they stop them from taking Nico Robin ahead of time, especially given the fact that Luffy's about to fight Blueno, and Blueno can open up doors everywhere. This is going to be key. It's going to be key. I'm really interested to see where that goes. Now, I thought the beginning of the chapter was pretty cool because you see Sanji kind of, you know, steering the King Bull, and good thing Zoro doesn't do it because Zoro probably drove that bitch right off the side of the island with his sense of direction. But you got Zoro kind of riding shotgun. Sanji's kind of calling the shots at this point. And the whole time people going, where the hell is Luffy? Where's Luffy? Why can't we find him? And I'm thinking, Luffy was just running roughshod through all of these dudes, man. Like, it seemed like every other page when it came back to Luffy, you just seen all these dudes flying. And, you know, Rob Lucci sees through all this shit once he hears that there's only 5 casualties. So he's thrown down Luffy. He knows that he can take out more than a few handful of Navy guys. And you see that transformation? He's like, we're here for blood. We're allowed to murder. And you just see them walk out. And that's how I know, like, the final fight with CP9 and with the Straw Hats is coming. Because these dudes, like, they're shown to be more serious. And yet I'm wondering how that happens. Only way I could see this kind of going is since they know that they've taken out the Straw Hats in the past, they come in with their guard down, or they're so bloodlusted that they're not thinking straight, and the Straw Hats end up outsmarting them. Because if it just comes down to power versus power, there's no way in hell any of them should win. That's just my personal opinion based on what we've seen, especially when it comes to Rob Lucci. There's no way in hell. But whatever happens with Luffy and Blueno, it's going to show it. But what Luffy really surprised me with is the fact that Luffy is fighting Blueno coming up in this chapter, but Luffy said, I can't just keep running through person after person after person, and he gets the Spider-Man on. He's scaling the sides of the building, and he gets to the last building. He says, okay, that's where Robin has to be, but there's no road there. How do I get there? And at first I was thinking Luffy, because this would be a total Luffy moment, right? And it's getting fucked up. I'm saying it's a Luffy moment, but Blueno opens up the door, and I'm thinking Luffy's going to go, hey, okay, you can open up doors. That's pretty damn awesome. It's magic, right? Hey, can you open up a door for me so I can go in there? Oh, you're not? I'll kick your ass then. I was expecting the dialogue to go something like that, Didn't really happen like that, so I'm not really let down by it, but that was a pretty cool scene just to kind of see all that. Overall, this was a pretty good chapter, another setup chapter. Really thinking Oda's going to deliver with the next one, but how Luffy takes on Blueno is going to show us exactly where Luffy is as far as the power scale that we've seen with actual numbers on it, but also very telling for how the Straw Hats are going to match up against CP9. Overall, like I said, pretty good chapter. My chapter question to you all is going to be, what were your thoughts on the whole thing Oda was trying to say, that when you deal with corrupt people in power, corrupt politicians or corrupt officers, whatever, you're going to have those moments where you can't trust what they're saying, or you got to pay very close attention to what they're saying, okay? And, you know, I've spoken in the past about some of my interactions with, you know, dirty law enforcement. And I'm very tempted to share a story that happened recently, but I can't really do it right now because I'm still a little upset over it. So it's probably going to be something you guys hear in a future video once I've kind of come down some. But reading this chapter really pissed me the fuck off. To hear Spandam like that and to see how he's treating Nico Robin. And, you know, Franky, it's like, it's whatever at this point. Franky, you're hothead. Like, some of the shit that Franky did, he brought it on himself, okay? Like, all the shit that Spandam did to Franky, brought it on himself, because that's just, you know, Franky. Franky really reminds me of a guy that I used to play football with, and he's got this whole frat boy mentality, and he's a lovable idiot, right? He's kind of got those Luffy qualities where, with, Luffy, if Luffy does something stupid, say, oh, yo, whatever, that's just how he goes. And, you know, when he gets into messes like Franky, it's just like you try to tell him why he did, you know, wrong, but at the same time, you just say, look, he'll learn one day. And with Nico Robin, I can relate to that. And again, it's my situation, but I just hate the fact that she put some trust into this dude and she's being done this way. That really, really pisses me off, man. Like, I hate people who abuse the authority that they're in. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. Like, people who do that, they're the lowest of the low. Especially when you take advantage of somebody like Nico Robin, who they're going along with what you're saying for a good reason, and you're twisting it for your own gain. But let me stop before this turns into a rant, guys. But if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share. Thank you for watching Kryptonian saying. Have an awesome day, guys.